Do you know the biggest mistake smart men make with women? You might think it's being too closed off or too detached, but there's more to it. These mistakes aren't about what you say or do on the surface. They're about what's happening beneath, in your mind and heart. Today we're going deep. We'll uncover the hidden traps even the wisest men fall into when it comes to relationships. We're diving into Stoic philosophy, not just for some old-school advice, but for practical, life-changing principles that can elevate your connections with women without losing yourself in the process. Now let's dive in. 1. Guard your past. When it comes to relationships, many people think that sharing every single detail of their past is a sign of vulnerability and openness, but smart men understand the value of keeping their personal history guarded. Why? Because not every part of your story needs to be exposed. A relationship is not a confessional booth. While being open is important, it's also crucial to discern what is valuable to share and what should remain a part of your personal journey. Think of your past as a fortress. Within it are both treasures and trials. Not everyone needs to see every room in that fortress. Sometimes revealing too much too soon can give others ammunition or misconceptions about who you are today. A wise man chooses to share pieces of his story at the right time and with the right person, only when trust has been firmly established. This doesn't mean you should hide who you are or deceive anyone. Instead, it's about protecting your inner world, so it isn't easily misused or misunderstood. After all, self-respect and discretion are key components of wisdom, and they will allow you to approach relationships with grounded confidence rather than emotional vulnerability. 2. Face the fear of being alone. Fear is a powerful emotion. Fear of being alone can push men into relationships for the wrong reasons, whether it's out of insecurity, boredom, or societal pressure. But Stoic men know that solitude is not the enemy. In fact, spending time alone is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. Why? Because it helps you discover who you are without the noise of others clouding your judgment. When you're alone, you cultivate self-awareness, independence, and clarity of mind. You grow to love your own company and appreciate solitude not as loneliness, but as a form of self-reflection and inner peace. When you can thrive by yourself, you'll never settle for a relationship out of fear or desperation. Instead, you will seek companionship because it enriches your life, not because you need it to fill a void. Facing the fear of being alone also allows you to make more discerning choices when it comes to relationships. You won't cling to someone out of fear of losing them, and you won't make sacrifices that aren't aligned with your true values. Instead, you will stand strong in your independence, knowing that a relationship is an addition to your life, not the foundation of it. Manage your time wisely. We've all heard the phrase, "Time is money." But the truth is, time is much more valuable than money. Once it's gone, you can't get it back. Stoicism teaches us that our lives are short, but more importantly, that we often waste precious time on things that don't serve us. In relationships, this can manifest in spending too much time focusing on someone else, often at the expense of your own goals and aspirations. Smart men understand that time management in relationships is crucial. This doesn't mean you should be cold or distant, but rather, it's about maintaining a healthy balance between nurturing a relationship and investing time in your personal growth. Don't let your world revolve around someone else to the point where you neglect your dreams, your health, or your mental well-being. Create boundaries for your time. This is especially true if you're dating someone who doesn't value your time in return. Time spent should be mutually fulfilling and supportive, not draining or one-sided. Think about your time as an investment. Are you investing it wisely, or are you pouring it into a black hole that offers little return? Smart men protect their time like a precious resource, ensuring it is used to build a meaningful life, whether in a relationship or alone. 4. Celebrate your achievements. One mistake that smart men avoid is the trap of seeking external validation for their accomplishments. Don't look to others, including your partner, for approval or admiration of your success. Instead, You must learn to celebrate your own achievements, no matter how small. This self-acknowledgement is critical for maintaining a healthy sense of self-worth in relationships. It's easy to fall into the mindset that your value in a relationship is based on how others perceive you. But that's a slippery slope. If you rely on external praise to feel good about your progress, you will find yourself constantly seeking validation and approval. This can lead to insecurity and dependency, both of which undermine a healthy relationship. Instead, build your self-confidence by recognizing and celebrating your milestones on your own terms. When you take pride in your own growth, it strengthens your inner self, making you less reliant on external recognition. This doesn't mean that you ignore praise or admiration from your partner, but that you don't depend on it to feel valuable. 5. Safeguard your mental health. In a world where relationships are often glorified, smart men never sacrifice their mental health for the sake of maintaining a partnership. Your mental well-being is your foundation. If it crumbles, everything else in your life, work, relationships, personal growth, will follow suit. There's a saying, you can't pour from an empty cup, and this couldn't be truer when it comes to mental health. Protecting your mental space should be a top priority, whether you're in a relationship or not. Sometimes men feel pressured to be the rock in a relationship, always stable and unshaken. But remember, it's okay to set boundaries and step back when something begins to affect your mental peace. If you find yourself in a relationship that consistently drains your emotional energy, it's a sign that you need to reconsider how much you're giving versus how much you're receiving. Healthy relationships should foster mutual growth, respect, and emotional support. You are not responsible for sacrificing your well-being to keep someone else happy. Mental health isn't negotiable. It's essential. Take time for self-care, mindfulness, and reflection. And if a relationship is causing more harm than good, it's better to walk away than to burn yourself out trying to maintain it. Smart men safeguard their peace at all costs, knowing that without mental clarity, they can't lead a fulfilling life. 6. Be true to yourself. At the core of any fulfilling relationship is authenticity. Being true to yourself is a fundamental principle for smart men. But what does this really mean? It means refusing to mold yourself into someone else's expectations or desires just to keep the peace or win affection. It's about standing firm in your values, beliefs, and preferences, even when it might not be the popular choice. Too often, people, especially men, fall into the trap of saying yes when they really mean no. This is particularly common in relationships, where men might agree to things just to avoid conflict or to please their partner. But compromising your true self is never a sustainable solution. It's like wearing a mask that suffocates your identity, and over time, that mask will wear thin, leading to resentment or dissatisfaction. A smart man knows that his identity is non-negotiable. He speaks his truth even when it's uncomfortable. He makes decisions based on his values, not just to please others. And most importantly, he understands that authenticity attracts the right kind of people into his life, people who appreciate and respect him for who he truly is. In the end, being yourself is the greatest act of self-respect, and it's the foundation for any healthy relationship. 7. Don't sacrifice your path for others. Smart men know that their personal journey is sacred. One of the biggest mistakes you can make in a relationship is to abandon your own path in order to follow someone else's. This often happens when men change their life goals, aspirations, or passions to align with a partner's desires or expectations. But this kind of sacrifice only leads to resentment, frustration, and ultimately, an unfulfilled life. Your path is uniquely yours. No one else can walk it for you, and no one should dictate where it leads. While compromise is a natural part of any relationship, there's a clear line between healthy compromise and sacrificing your dreams. If you give up your purpose to accommodate someone else, you will eventually lose touch with who you are. Smart men stay true to their goals, even within the context of a relationship. They know that the right partner will respect and support their journey, not expect them to derail from it. Stay aligned with your vision, and don't let anyone pressure you into compromising your path for their sake. Remember, a strong relationship is built on mutual support, not self-sacrifice. 8. Prioritize relationships with friends and family. One of the most common mistakes men make when entering a romantic relationship is neglecting their relationships with friends and family. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new relationship, but smart men understand that their foundational relationships, especially with close friends and family, are invaluable. These relationships are the ones that have likely supported you long before your romantic partner entered the picture, and they will be there no matter what happens. Don't push them aside or take them for granted. Your friends and family form a crucial support system that you will need throughout your life, not just in times of crisis, but also in times of celebration and growth. Moreover, these relationships provide a sense of perspective. They remind you of who you are outside of the romantic relationship and offer a space to express yourself freely. They help you stay grounded, providing a sense of stability and continuity in your life. So even when you're deeply involved in a romantic relationship, make time for those who have always been by your side. They are just as important, if not more so, than the relationship you share with your partner. 9. Avoid obsessive devotion. The final point, but by no means the least important, do not lose yourself in obsessive devotion to someone else. It's easy to become so enamored with a person that you begin to lose sight of your own individuality. You might find yourself doing everything in your power to keep them happy, sacrificing your own needs, desires, and identity in the process. But smart men know that balance is key. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and interdependence, not unhealthy obsession or codependency. If you find yourself constantly trying to please your partner or putting their needs above your own to an extreme degree, it's time to reevaluate. You are not a shadow in someone else's life. You are the star of your own. Don't let someone else's presence eclipse your own worth. Maintain your sense of self, your goals, and your passions. A smart man doesn't allow his identity to be consumed by another person. Instead, he brings his full, authentic self into the relationship, expecting the same in return from his partner. Conclusion. In conclusion, navigating relationships with wisdom and intention is a hallmark of a smart man. By embracing these 9 Stoic principles, you will build not only stronger relationships, but a more fulfilling life. Remember, a relationship is meant to be a partnership between two whole independent individuals, not a merging of identities. Stay wise, stay strong, and stay stoic. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear how these principles resonate with your own life experiences. Until next time, keep striving for wisdom and purpose in all you do. Stay stoic